Hello and welcome. How are you doing? Just grabbing the old Discord link. Hello Revan, how are you doing? Pin that. There we go, good. Just waiting for the ads to sort of finish. We'll do quality 144p. There we go. Yeah, lovely weather. Lovely weather. I don't know. I think a lot of the time I've live streamed at 6, ready for 9, because usually I've got things going on a Sunday. But definitely earlier than last weekend. I'll tell you that. I want to do more live streams. Obviously, I always do. But you know, there's lots of other content and things to do as well. So, how are you all? Please don't be shy. Put in the live chat this evening what you're currently working on. I'm just going to be building a Horus Heresy tank. Well, as far as I can get. If I don't finish it tonight, I'll be live streaming again tomorrow. It's a bank holiday weekend here in the United Kingdom. So that means that if you work certain jobs, you get the Monday free and you get paid for it, which is pretty nice if you're in one of those jobs. So we'll move the transfer sheet somewhere. This will come in handy later on, of course. It's the vehicle accessory sprue, and this is the new sprue that I showcased earlier on. So really, it's not including the vehicle accessory sprue. It's only a 2 sprue. Checklist 2 sprue. I will be building the tracks and things. I'm quite experienced now with rhinos and building them. What was the last rhino I built? It was probably the... I think I just built a Predator a while ago. Might have even been the Scorpius as the last kind of chassis I built. I've got a number of Predators to build. Wow. So many. So many. Yeah, I hope you've all had a fantastic day. The weather has been beautiful today. Been out running. It's it's nice weather to run, nice weather to read outside. It's kind of why I wish like the Zelda game came out kind of Christmas, like last Christmas. There's just so many video games out at the moment. It's nuts. It really is. Hope you've been enjoying the bolt gun gameplay. I'll try and do a bit of that tomorrow at some point. Maybe even Monday. That's been fun. You know, fun few hours. I prefer Proteus. Like that game, I wasn't sent it for free. Didn't get a download code or anything like that. I don't expect to. I bought it with my own money. But I will probably say I have preferred Proteus. It's a similar game. And that's not because Proteus was free with the Game Pass. It's just I don't know, I can remember it just playing better. Right, so these are the new side blanking plates. I'll say you don't have to put them on, but you kind of do, really, because there's another sprue that's missing. I say missing, you know, it's found in the Rhino sprue, and that is of the top plate and also the side kind of door. Have I got a rhino nearby? Hello Maxim, how you doing? Yeah, it would have the top plate and it would have the front and it would have these not these doors, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's the sprue that they've replaced this one with for this Vindicator tank. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been great. There's so many tanks out there, isn't there? They could certainly do a World of Tanks or a War Thunder or something, couldn't they? In the Horus Heresy or even 40k setting. Yeah, they certainly could do that. Maybe they will. So that's the first page kind of done, really. We're cracking on. We're cracking on it. Iron Warriors Predators? No, they're not. They're not Iron Warriors Predators. No, unfortunately not. They'll be Dark Angels Predators. Mainly Plasma Executioner equipped ones. There's a lot of Plasma and Volkite in this Dark Angels force. I did like the Volkite effects on the gun on Bolton on the game. I think they've done the Volkite justice. I don't know if Volkite has been in any other games. Like it might have been in Inquisitor, or it might have been in Necromunda Hired Gun. I don't know, or it might have even been in Dark Tide. I don't know, but I think in Bolt Gun they did it justice. That's how I'd kind of expect it to function like. Same with the Melter Gun. I thought they did that justice. Next weekend it should be next weekend Seraphon. And I build some Seraphon again, but the new release of Seraphon. I did order a couple of Seraphon items today, so yeah, we'll check them out. Colour wise, I think I'll probably go for orange, but Soros Warriors, yeah, I'm still thinking blue. Why not? Why not? So yeah, don't be shy. Please do put in the comments what you're working on this evening, if you've got one of these tanks, or if you're painting a load of Space Marines, or just chilling, whatever you're up to. I think both of these will be for Dark Angels. I haven't quite worked it out. I haven't sort of decided. If anything, like this plastic Demolisher cannon equipped Vindicator will probably be for Imperial Fists. Even though the only Imperial Fist I've got is Sigismund. Oh, and the Praetors. very large Praetor. Yeah, I'm not quite sure whether Dark Angel should have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd be 5. Yeah, I'm not quite sure they should have 5 Demolisher Cannon equipped ones. Doesn't, just in my head, it just doesn't sound very Dark Angels-y, if you know what I mean. You're at work now, Revan. Nice one. Hey, Jan, how you doing? Horus Ascended is on your hobby desk, sitting down to finish him this evening. Nice one, Mace. Nice one. Good to hear. Oh, that's a bit of a squeaker. See if we can avoid that squeak, otherwise that'll be a little bit irritating. Yeah, the I picked a, well, you know, these releases and things are decided years in advance, but in a way they've picked an odd time to release so much Warhammer. Kind of the same month for new Zelda coming out in 6 years, and also Diablo 4 next month. It's only a couple of weeks away. Again, both those games seem like winter games, like Christmas games. Definitely Diablo. Although, forgive me if I'm wrong, like I swear that Diablo 3 was released in like the summer. I just remember playing a fair amount of Diablo 3 when it was kind of hot weather outside. Poor Xbox 360, I got that for back in the day. You're stuck at work as well, Maxim, until 10. Whoa. Long day, long day. Hey, you got a question here. What are you going to paint your Heroes 2 vehicles as? Thank you for the question. The majority of them will be Dark Angels. There might be a couple of Predators or even a Vindicator or a couple of Land Raiders that will be the other legions. You know what? I'm just waiting for more jet bikes. Like, jet bikes have become so difficult to get hold of. Immensely popular. When they become available, I'll probably do a larger order and bundle in a few more tanks. Yeah, whether I'll put any like Dark Angels iconography and things on them, I don't know. squeaky. You're so happy you can now get a plastic laser destroyer. Good, good. Good to hear. What do you think the chances are some of the bigger stuff being made in plastic? I don't know. I don't know about that. I think like the falchion and the fell blade and the glaive, there's no reason why not. They have just retooled them, but I think that's just a when, not an if. The Mastodon and Thunderhawk though, you know, some kits that are, well, the Thunderhawk is what, 500 now, is it? Or is it 500 or 600? I can't remember. But some of those kits that are that expensive, they're not going to cut their profits. Like, they make so much more with a profit margin for those. You know, that if they wanted to make some money back, they would also price those, if they were to make them in plastic, at quite a high amount. You know, if you can't get a model that's sort of £500, you're still not going to get a model that's 200 quid. Like, it's more manageable, of course, but yeah. I think it's doubtful. Plus, it would take so much longer to build as well. Hi Soren, how are you doing? Good to see you again. Did you get your Vindicators? I think you were telling me the other day you had like 20 or something. I've mainly got these now to build as soon as I can, to give you sort of comparisons and things of them. I only received these today, so I say these, you know what I mean. And what are you up to this evening, Soren, as well? Okay, right, that's that done. We can just put these together, quite straightforward. As I say, should be fine building these. Might have to use a match for this one. Only 12, okay. You're close to finish painting a Castellan, nice one. What's my Plastic Titan wish list? I don't really have one. I'd rather have. I've got so many resin Titans that I don't really have any need for them to be in plastic. You know, yes, it's a vehicle at the end of the day, so detail-wise, it's going to be very similar, apart from maybe the crew. But no, I'd always prefer more detail and more posability over any model, really. No, I don't have a wish list because I've got the resin Titans. So, I mean, I've got plenty of other wish lists, of course. Like I had a wish list for the Scorpius being in plastic. I have a wish list for the Xiphon Intercept being plastic. That'd be really cool. And definitely the Storm Eagle and the Storm Raven. Even though I haven't built them, I kind of would like to give you guys a sort of live stream if I can, just to show how kind of tricky everyone keeps telling me that they are. I think it's the hull more than anything, right? The hull is a bit bendy. I like these blanking plates. I wonder if they're going to use them for anything else. They could have used them for the command rhino. Would they have used them for the command rhino? Or would they still have the doors on the side? I mean, the retooled Forge World one has the doors? Yeah, I think it does. This Revel glue is about to leave us, put it that way. There already is a plastic Warmaster Titan. But I know what you mean. No, that's not a wish list. I just want weapons, Revan. I just want resin weapons, you know. I would rather them just spend a lot of time and development on some resin weapons. We haven't had any resin weapons for a couple of years now. It's getting a bit silly. Plenty of resin weapons for Adeptus Titanicus, which they're no longer supporting in plastic. That's what it seems like anyway. I'm not going to get that abomination, that Wolf Scout Titan thing, whatever it is, with the cannon on the top. That just looks so silly. If they brought that out instead of resin weapons, I'd blow a blood vessel probably. It's good though, because we've got plastic sisters, we've got plastic gene stealers, we've got squats that have come back, and we've got plastic corn berserkers, new refreshed ones. So that's a lot of, you know, and we've got Primarchs, left, right, and centre all coming back, and Ascended Primarch. So it's still good. You know, we've still had a lot. If they could do something about the prices, then, you know, as I say, reward scheme or something. Discovered the other day that they changed the shipping pricing, the cost of delivery. I think they've done that for quite a while, so it's my fault that I overlooked that. But yeah, they bumped it up to £40 minimum order, whereas before it was 20, which sucks really, because if you just want like a little Space Marine or something, you're gonna have to bump it up to 40. So you're gonna have to buy 2 Space Marines. Do I think they'll bring out the Sakaran Punisher and the Arcus in plastic? Maybe. Maybe. I think they've done the most popular ones. I can't see why they wouldn't. Because all it is just the Sakaran with a new sprue. Whether they'll be separate kits though is another thing. They like to condense their kits where they can. You know, this kit is a prime example. But at the same time, like the Scorpius is so like specific, and I didn't think that they'd bring that out, but you know, making use of that Rhino chassis, they might do. They might release a completely different one, Sakaran that we haven't seen. Possibly. I mean, if you don't have a Punisher and an Arcus at the moment, I'd just make do with other tanks in the meantime. I would hang on. I'd wait. Put it that way. Just use 2 Scorpiuses for now for your missile needs. Now these back ramps are tight, so I'm going to have to shave a little bit off the girth in order for them to the rods to squeeze in with enough space. Oh, good evening, Commissar. How you doing? You're not a fan of resin. Have you got a lot of resin? The main bulk of horror servicing? No, that's incorrect. Might do an upload. I don't know about that. Which Castigator Knight is that? Which Castigator Knight is that? Who'll come in? I don't. Trying to understand that. There is a Cerastus Knight being released in plastic, and that is a Lancer. Yeah. They'll do the others. I don't know whether they'll do the Atrapos because it has different armor plates, and the armor plates for the others are very similar. Like the shoulder plates are different, but the chest and the groin and the leg armor and the actual carapace are all the same with the 3. So, yeah. Yeah, the one thing I don't really like about these is the gaps, though. It's the one thing you don't get on resin. It's these awful looking gaps. What I tend to do is try and fill it a little bit with the thin glue, and then once that has dried, I will go over and file it. So it's like a 2-part method of sort of minimizing them. I mean, the exhausts do cover them a little bit, but yeah. Okay, cool. Would Space Wolves make for a good tank army in 30k? Yeah, definitely more so than like a aerial army or like a, you know, flyer army. They're not a massive fan of flyers, really. Yeah, you could get some good tanks. I'm just not a fan of their Legion specific models from Forge World, that's all. Demon Ross is alright, but the rest are a bit, yeah, I think they sort of rushed them, I think. Well, that's the impression I get. What is the best Questoris Knight pattern to build? When you say the best, I don't know what you mean by that. Like, they're all the same, but slightly different weapons. And there's a lot of variants as well. So, I don't know what you mean, like points-wise, looks. I mean, looks is going to be very subjective. Most fun. I don't know. I don't think I've got a Gallant. I might have a Gallant somewhere. What have I got? 15, 20 knights? Questoris ones, at least, I think. See what I mean about tolerances? They're very, very tight. I always like to dry fit these. You hope the new Space Marines Heroes up to pre-order next week. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, Soren, I kind of agree with you a little bit about that, about the retooling of the resin. But you know, if I'm perfectly honest, I do think that's a bit of a stopgap. I think they don't have the time, or they haven't got the resources at this moment to fully make those big tanks plastic. So I think as a stopgap, they've decided to retool just for now. But I definitely think it's on the cards. You know, we've already got the Cerberus and Typhon Lord of Wars in the plastic, and I know that's easy to say because you know we've already got the plastic Land Raider, so they can just build from that. But I do think that's a possibility. Right, let's shave this girth off. So, still very, very tight in there, isn't it? That's much better. Okay. How about the other side though? How's that fare? Oh, much better too. Okay. Crack on then. Are you going to buy any destroyer arms? I think you mean despoiler arms, but no, I'm not going to buy any despoiler arms. I strongly, vehemently, what a word, believe that they should be in plastic. It's a shame when you see it happen so many times in all of the other specialist games where Games Workshop, they support a specialist game in plastic fully for the first release, and then they trickle down various parts and upgrades in resin. Now, from a business sense, from a business point, that makes sense because then you maximise profits and you're not certain how much you're going to sell. And like I say, these things are designed years behind, so you might not even know how popular the initial plastic release is. However, once those figures are in and you know how many Adeptus Titanicus sets you've sold and blah blah blah, and Horus Heresy starter sets, things like that, then again, I always find it a bit strange that they never released like a really cheap starter set for Horus Heresy, with just a much smaller force. I don't know, like 20 Space Marines, and I say 2 Praetors, you know, they could have consoles in there, like 2 consoles, 20 Space Marines in total, and a Dreadnought, and then a tank. I mean, they can do that now. But anyway, going back to your question, yeah, I always find it frustrating when they don't support it. They don't continue to support it fully. This is you know, it's one of their main game systems as well on their front page. You've got 40k, Horus Heresy, and Age of Sigmar. Definitely, they need to be in plastic. You know, they went to the bother of releasing all the plastic heavy weapons and special weapons, things like that. Maybe that's the reason why these despoiler arms are not in plastic. It's because those other weapons just didn't sell as many as they expected. Thank you, Soren, for the question. I am building the Demolisher pattern just because, even though it's going to look exactly like this one, I want to see if there are any differences. I mean, at the moment, I can't see any differences. Oh, no, there's a difference. Yeah, so this panel already, that cutout is longer, if that's a difference. That's the reason why I'm building the OG Demolisher Cannon one, is to compare it to the full Forge World one. Obviously the tracks are going to be different. You know, these are 40k tracks. Well, they don't have Aquillas, but that's on the Land Raider, isn't it? But yeah, the tracks are going to be different. Okay, that's suitably squished. Track time. Okay. These tracks aren't too bad. They're not as perplexing as Land Raider tracks. B21. What's this one? Yeah, the second Vindicator I have will be with the lasers. P22. And then, and 18. That's your 18. There. And then we've got 20 and 19. And then another 20 and 19. At the front. And then that's kind of one side of the track's done. 7 pieces, 7 sets. Again, they don't take very long at all. Mainly because the mold lines are quite easy to get to. You don't have to go too much in the middle of each track. Also, the tracks are smaller, so there is that. But once the tracks are done, then we can focus on, well, the mud guards, but also the frontal weapon mount. Wonder if the dozer blade is more useful to make a dig out return mines. Could be. I just think it looks odd without it though. This tank looks odd without any kind of dozer blade. Can you use the Assault Intercessor's arm for despoiler conversion? I don't know. Will you accept the starter set if it is easy to build? Will you accept a starter set if it's easy to build? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind if it's easy to build with a starter set. Yeah, see what I mean about these tracks being so much more easier. This is why like rhinos, predators, and not really a chore for me. Morning, evening, Carl. How are you doing? Yep. Is the laser cannon included? What with this? Yeah. Yeah, it's included in this kit. Yeah, you get two variants for this one. Do you reckon you'll be able to magnetise both weapon options? I don't think so. The main reason is because obviously in the unboxing I've done, I had a look at the instructions, and the front like blast shielding or I don't know, weapon count, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. That's different for both the cannon and the laser, the Magna laser. So no, I don't think it'll be possible just from what I've seen. We'll find out though a little bit later on, won't we? But I don't think that's the case. Have you ever built any exemplar legacy units? Like what? You're doing well. You're vibing the day away, debating if you want to break out the Nerf guns and ambush some friends. That sounds like fun. What did you think of the PlayStation Showcase? Oh, thank you, AWA. That's a great question. Metal Gear Solid Triangle. Yeah, that music though, like that music is just epic. It really is. And you know, at the end of the day, it's a Metal Gear Solid game on a PlayStation 5. I don't know whether, did they say they're going to release it on PS4 as well? I don't know, but still, Metal Gear Solid game on PlayStation 5. I mean, Spider-Man, okay. Dragon's Dogma 2 was a surprise, definitely. Final Fantasy. How did you find it? That controller thing, the controller with the screen, just what? Yeah, we know so little about it though, but and that's one of the issues, is that we know so little about it. Like, if you're going to showcase something like that, give us some specs, give us more information, so that a lot isn't up for speculation. But because first impressions are everything, and for that, it looks like it will just have to stream PlayStation 5 games from the console, so your console will have to be on. And you know, we've been able to do that for years on the Xbox. Like, you can load up your iPad and play games from your Xbox to your iPad with your Xbox controller. You can do it from your phone as well, and you can do that from your PlayStation. We've been able to do that for years, and the reason why a lot of people don't do it is because you need that. You need a very strong internet connection, which kind of like defeats the point of it being mobile anyway, doesn't it? It's like, yeah. I honestly think it should have been. I don't know whether we needed one, but I think it should have been a dedicated, like, portable console, like a new PSP or something. If they were going to do one that had that feature built in, like, seamlessly. I don't know. But then, of course, you're looking at, well, yeah, you'd then have to get games that could run on that thing too. But they could have it so that you could play all your older PlayStation games on without an internet connection, maybe. I don't know, something like that. We'll see, but I'm not sold just on first impressions. No mention of a PS5 Pro or PlayStation 5 Slim, I noticed. What did you think of it? What did everyone else think of the showcase? The lion would magnetize them. Love it. He would, actually, he would. Dominator Terminators. Have we got them? Have we actually got them, like those miniatures? I don't think we have we? Or did we have them? Did we ever have them? If we had them and they were minis that were out, then no, I've never built them. I mean, the only Chaos Armies I have are I have a Death Guard, World Eaters, and Word Bearers. That's it. I might have an Ahriman somewhere. You were pretty disappointed there wasn't anything that caught your eye. Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, it was a letdown. It was a letdown. Because you're a Dark Angels wizard, how would you go about kit bashing Interemptors? Interemptors. I wouldn't go about kit bashing them. I'd just buy them because they're absolutely ridiculously cool looking models. And those sculptors and designers deserve every penny. There's a couple of ways you can also do it. mean, yeah, look how cool they look. Looks so cool. There's another way you can do it, is just give Mark 6 plasma guns and then put Dark Angel's heads on and shoulder pauldrons. Like, that's another way you could do it. Hello, Sampler. How are you doing? Right. Well, okay. Well, to answer your question then, Paramite, I don't know what your angle is here, but yes is the answer. Have I ever built legacy units? Yeah. I've got a number of legacy units. But then going on to your specific ones, they were very specific, those Terminators and things. I haven't built those. And also that PDF, isn't that like broken? There's been quite a few videos on the rules and the points and things like that in the legacy units PDF. It was a mess, an absolute mess when they released that. No, I've got haven't really got any kind of interest in building up units and forces for that list. I mean, if there are some rules on there for some of the 40k units, then hey, that's great. But I'd rather just play with these Horus Heresy minis and models that have rules in their books. I haven't looked at that AOS RTS game. Haven't looked at that. I might need to have a little look. All right, so we'll go this way. And what I tend to do is just glue on the wheels itself. I could have used the Revel for this, but this might be quicker with the brush. See, that's half the track's done already. Now I've got the Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater theme song in my head. Oh, it's such a catchy tune. What a thrill. Oh, it's such a good game, that. I can't remember, do they go on top or below? It doesn't show, it doesn't actually show. And it doesn't matter anyway, really, because, well, it will matter when we get to that point. Yeah, that definitely goes in there. Sampler, you're doing all right. Just had kebab and beer, building your eradicators. It's pretty much man needs. Oh yeah, what? I'd love a beer right now. Oh, nice cold beer would be fantastic. I think I deserve one as well with the things I've done today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll pop and get one tomorrow. After a motorbike ride. I don't know. That sounds good. If they're doing a Mark II, then wait. It depends how quickly that you need them. If you've got a tournament coming up, then this is the thing I always say to people, like, unless you've got a tournament, there should be no rush for you picking stuff up. Like what is the rush? Are you in a rush to go around your friend's house, play with your Warhammers? No. Well then wait. It's not like technology where you could continually be waiting and you'll never get, you know, that technology. These things are built so that they last for many, many years, decades even. So just wait. But don't wait on a rumour. I'll tell you that. If there's something that you really like and will blend in with your army, then go for it. But unless you're like playing in a tournament at the weekend, just wait. I waited for a Scorpius. But then again, I waited for a Scorpius when there wasn't even an inkling of it ever coming out in plastic. You know, I was thinking about getting a Scorpius when I got this Forge World Vindicator. And the other Forge World Vindicator I have. Each of those orders I thought, oh, I could put the Scorpius in with this as well. I've always wanted a Scorpius. Never ever thought it would come fully in plastic. And it did. And I've got two, which is great. I don't know what Dark Angel will do with them, but, you know, at least I've got them. It's a sign of a collector more than a gamer for 40k for Horus Heresy. B14 15, and that is the tracks done, more or less. 14, 15, 15, 20, 15, 14 even. Right. 15, 14. And then we've got some exhaust things to do, so it's just 11 and 12s. Yeah. The exhaust can be a bit of a pain because you have to put them together, and then there's a gap. You then need to seal and then clean. Oh, my tummy is making some very odd noises this evening. Like one of those old internet modems, like dial-up. Or a frog in a rainforest. They make some interesting sounds. Okay, that is the exhaust done. We just get them ready, and then we're into the very, very interesting part, the front weapon assembly thing. I will have one tomorrow sampler, I will. You can wait, there you go, you can wait. Fantastic. If there are Mark IIs coming, I'm very much looking forward to them. I think Mark IIs for my Dark Angels with the Mark IIIs will look awesome, absolutely awesome. They can go off on their little crusades. I might even have some Mark IIs for Death Guard. I think that would work very nicely. And maybe some for Imperial Fists. But the first two I mentioned definitely have Mark II in. What's your favourite big centerpiece model for 40k or Age of Sigmar? Well, for 40k, it would have to be my Warlord Titan. Now, that's not to take anything from the Thunderhawk. The Thunderhawk is still my favourite model overall for build and, you know, other things. But as like a centerpiece model, I think just the Titan just, yeah, has a bit more presence to it. Big walkers do, don't they, really? I think. Than like a spaceship. For Age of Sigmar, I'll probably go for Archaon. Archaon is incredible. Bellacor's nice, but if I really had to pick one Age of Sigmar model that's the centerpiece, it would have to be my Bay. You didn't expect to see this lovely girl this evening, but you know, here she is in all of her glory, fresh from the bakery, fresh from Greg's. She's got all of her rolls with her, and she is just stunning. Techless. Fall blade? What's a fall blade? A fell blade? They could do a fell blade, yeah. Can't see why not. Other than they've just retooled them all. Hey, Meepish, you did catch a live stream. Nice one. Good to see you. I'm sure you've caught a live stream before. I mean, everyone can watch the live streams after. If they don't quite make it in time. But, yeah, it kind of isn't live then, is it? So I understand. If you want to catch it while it's happening. Oh, thank you, Meepish. Oh, thank you. I don't know. We'll see what Old World throws up. Whether they'll release any big standout minis for that. Who knows where we'll be in like 4 or 5 years' time with it. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. Don't you worry, there's plenty more live streams coming for 10th. And I've started talking in some of my gaming ones as well. I wish I could kind of live stream Zelda for everyone. That's such a chill out game. Certainly more chill out than Bolt Gun. Okay. Cool. Right. That's that done. So while they're kind of gluing, you know, we'll do the tracks, and then we'll have finished gluing, and then I can sort of file them down, sand them down. And these steps are exactly what I would do for all of the other Predators. So far, just getting the chassis and the tracks done takes about an hour. I reckon I could probably crank one out in 2 hours, maybe. We did pretty well on the Venator the other night, the other day. Yeah, I probably would maybe get another Vindicator laser destroyer one, like years from now or something like that, just to have 3 of them, but 3 laser destroyer ones at least. But I'm not massive. It's not on my top list of things to pad armies out with. Unless I had like a full narrative themed sort of army list that I wanted to have 3 of them in. Can you have 3 in a unit? I think you can. I think you can have 2 Sicarans in a unit and 3 Vindicators. I think that's how it works. You haven't played Bolt Gun, but it's sitting on your PS4's hard drive waiting. Good. Sounds good. I'm an equestrian YouTuber. How will it affect the chat? Hey, you can ask me plenty of horse related questions, it's fine. Oh, nice one. 526, nice one. Yeah, the review will come quite quick for this tank. I'll build this either tonight or finish it tomorrow. So I mean, £42. I don't think it should be the same price as a Predator. I think it should be less, and I kind of am warming towards it being the same price as the Scorpius. Although it has two weapon options in the kit, I think because it's like a specific tank, not like an all-rounder like a Predator would be, I would think this should be 40. God only knows how much it is in North America or Australia, but all the rest of Europe for that matter. I've had a couple of comments recently people telling me how much things are in euros, and yeah, it's I mean, I make a point about prices now and again, but yeah, just limit what you buy. I think like you'll see me unbox and pick up quite a few things, but that's because I create content though. That's the thing. It would be like video game streamers buying loads of games, or you know, maybe they're sent some games, I don't know, but it'd be similar to that. You see them play loads of different games or test them out. It's very similar. And some armies I would have said a while ago that I would have committed to them. Like Seraphon, you know, I said I'd start Seraphon and cover the new releases, which I will do. I like World Eaters as well. You've got a load of World Eaters reviews out next week. Pretty much you can just call this week World Eaters week, really. I do need to hurry up and build the jackals though. And apparently they're a little bit tricky. Speed Freaks looked alright. I don't know if that was proper gameplay. I hope it was, but yeah, Speed Freaks looks good. And Titus is getting his own mini. I said in my video earlier today, I'm not quite sure how I feel about that mini. I don't know, I just feel like it would have been awesome if it had him in a pose fighting against the new Tyrannid Tyrant thing. And you could have a helmeted and helmetless, unhelmed. I've recently come across this word, unhelmed version. You know, from the trailer, from the Space Marine 2 trailer. They showed a little bit of gameplay, not much, but it looks very good. Now then, you know the reason why they can't bring out a game with Custodes in, don't you? Because there is no monitor that's been invented yet that has minus millisecond input lag. That's just how quick these Custodes move. I love it. I love it in some books where they say there's 14 targets eliminated, and that was 2.5 seconds ago. Just like, seriously? Wow, okay. And the fact they have that so much time in their mind to think about everything that they've done in that 2.5 seconds is just, I mean, I guess if you're genetically tailored like that and you spend hundreds if not thousands of years training, then yeah. But they can be vulnerable too. Am I only now for who your stream crashes? That doesn't make any sense. You want a video game about play as a sole survivor 40k faction in Custodes blood game? Oh god. The stream will cut out in and out every couple of minutes. Really? It shouldn't be cutting out at all. No, it shouldn't be cutting out at all. Nothing else is happening. I'm sorry that you're getting these issues. Yeah, please tell me, anyone else. Like, I haven't had any comments from any mods before to say that that's a thing. Yeah, I think in probably about 3 or 4 months, I'll probably change this camera, and that might help things. We'll see. Stream works just fine in the Netherlands. Thank you, Sampler. I mean, we're only a stone's throw away, aren't we? Let's face it, Sampler. You know, from Norfolk to Netherlands. Oh, right, okay. I think it's a YouTube issue. Okay, thank you, guys. I mean, I could always stream on Twitch. I haven't streamed on Twitch for quite a while. I just think that if you're already subscribed to me here and you've got notifications on or whatever, then, you know, it sort of alerts you that you're already kind of on here, rather than having to load up a completely different sort of program. I mean, I don't mind which I stream on. For me, it's easier on here though. Dead by Daylight, but you're chased across Imperial Dungeon by Custodes. I don't really think... One is not simply chased by Custodes. One is caught by Custodes. You know, these guys spend, you know, decades and decades playing kind of war games with themselves, of trying to escape from themselves to find weaknesses in the palace and things. So yeah, one does not simply get chased by Custodes. Again, there's so many cool things in novels that I want to say, but I'm such a, you know, anti-spoiler hero that I'm not going to. But yeah, just read books with Custodes in, please. There's some good things. I don't know, they're very interesting as a faction. Like, I think someone asked me, oh, you know, what's your favorite, you know, most interesting kind of Primarch or Space Marine Legion, the other stream. And I do find Custodes very interesting, because each one is like a lone wolf. Like, you know, whereas Space Marines sort of hunt in packs, Custodes are very much like a one-man army, aren't they? And they have their personality, and they have all their names written on the inside of their armor and things like that. And, you know, yeah, we were just talking about that, me Pish. We were just talking about the PlayStation Showcase a few days ago. What did you think of it? Metal Gear Triangle, yeah. You watching the Japanese percentage spending on defence economy? I can only hazard a guess at how much they're spending. Have I seen Fast X? No, I have not seen Fast X. Try not to spoil it for anyone that's hasn't watched it, please. If you can. I know you can. You're all sensible people. I mean, obviously you can say it's awesome or it's rubbish. I mean, that's you know, your opinion, isn't it? But just don't say whether Paul Walker dies. Alfarius did the first Blood game. Okay, nice one. Yeah, Alfarius is a very interesting character. Or characters. Yeah. I think the Alpha Legion are a very interesting Legion as well. I do like that secrecy and how, you know, they plan so far ahead and put contingencies and lots of things, and they're always, you know, like one step ahead, or they're a step ahead to be a step behind, if that also makes sense. And yeah, I think that's a very cool aspect to them. Imagine playing a Stormcast Eternal, but in the beat 'em up, beat 'em all game. Beat 'em all game, yeah. Okay, fair enough. I think I stopped watching Fast and Furious after the second movie. Okay, right, so I'll move this. Okay. We can put these on now. Yeah, good question. How is everyone getting on with their hobby projects? Is everyone just focusing on Horus Heresy or 40k, or dare I say it, Seraphon? Is anybody picking up any of the Seraphon? Is anybody actually excited to watch my reviews of them? After sort of spending, what, 250? I will have probably spent about £300 on all the Seraphon. Yeah, I think they're just relentless with their release schedule, though. You know, I would much prefer, I say it quite a few times, much prefer if they just sort of staggered their releases. Just a little bit, you know. Just a little bit. Do they need to release every single new release on one day? Once again, it goes back to the tournament ready kind of point I was making earlier. I mean, all that will happen is people might just buy one unit out of the new release from now on, because they know it's all going to be released on one day. So, you know, you can only do that a few times where you'll cover the whole release, and then people will go, well, it's all going to be released on one day. There's this thing I like the most out of everything that's coming out, so I'll just buy that one thing. The real danger with that, though, is they'll buy that one thing, and then a new video game will come out, or they'll build that one thing and they might not enjoy it as much. And, you know, before long, they might just forget that is a thing, that release was a thing, and they've probably moved on to something else, or, you know, I think staggered releases are a good thing. I much prefer them. This staggered release of The Lion, though, is getting me a bit down, you know. It's getting me a bit sleepy. Funny, isn't it? How they can make lots of plastic dinosaurs for one release, but they can't make one larger Space Marine dude. Okay, Primark. Let's just call it what it is. Funny that. No, it's all about demand, I know that. Unprecedented demand for him. Well, actually, it's Blade Guard, let's face it. That's the main reason people are buying that box set, to get the Blade Guard. Just get the line for free. Okay, that's the... Oh, good. Doesn't wobble. 10 out of 10. Happy with that. Now, those exhausts will have finished, might have finished drying by now. But what we'll do is we'll get the new part of the tank out of the way. What we could do is we could just clip these off, because these are, then that's that sprue done. We've done a full sprue in the hour and a half, or however long we've been going. Hope you're doing well with your projects, whether you're building or painting or whatever you're up to. Maybe you're playing bolt gun, I don't know. It's odd that they picked a normal Space Marine and not a Primaris, but maybe we'll get some Primaris DLC where the crosshair will be an inch higher. Very much doubt that. You're okay. What do you think of the Titus model? Thank you, Jason. As I said in the video today, I had to look at him. Yeah, that's my response. I'm not a big fan, if I'm honest. I mean, it's hard. It is hard for the sculptors not to make Space Marines look like they're falling over. Like it is hard. You know, I could never do that. What, fall over? No. Sculpt like a Space Marine model. So I shouldn't be quick to kind of judge and things. But he sort of looks like he's not fully in it. I don't know. I probably, as I said earlier, I think it might have been cooler if they just had him as like a diorama model with that Tyrannid from the trailer. And then you could like pop him off the base, a bit like some of the Primarchs. That might have been a bit too much, and they might have only been able to do that in resin. So yeah, I mean, it's cool that we're getting a Titus model, don't get me wrong, and I will pick him up, but not through the paywall of a game. I don't know, are they the new Termagants? If they are, then yeah, I'll still pick it up. I just don't want to pay like 50 quid for him, if you know what I mean. I'll pay like 20... I'll pay 2p for him, and no more. No, I'll pay whatever the sort of rate is. I'm not going to spend like 30 quid on him though, which is probably what they'll try and charge. Who knows? We'll see. V5. Oh, there it is. I'm unfamiliar with this sprue. It's the first time I've experienced this sprue. I will be on in the Discord after this stream, by the way. The link is in the top, pinned if you're not already on the Discord. It's quite a cool place. I always find it awesome when people are joining the chat and watching the stream that they'll then go into Discord and they'll post what they've been building or painting during it. I think that's quite cool. I might start doing that, you know, for the people that weren't in the live stream. That could be cool. The tactical rock clearly tripped him up. Yes, exactly. What's your favourite greater demon? What, on Forge World? That would be none because they're not available. No, I really like the Greater Demon of Nurgle. I really do like. I like the Forge World model as well, more than the plastic one, the GW one. I'm still determined to get a second one in plastic though, even though I don't like the model as much. You know, to have Rotigus at some point, but that's a long way off. When demons get like a proper refresh with a proper like start collecting set or whatever they choose to call it, then I might look into grabbing a few more demons and things, but tactical idler wheel, tactical beam. You don't like any demons? Okay. You like the Lord of Chains as you like birds? Cool. The Forge World Lord of Change was incredible. That one. Because out of its hand there were these like pink horrors or whatever they're called, like being formed out of his hand. It's very, very cool. It's also very, very tough to kill on bolt gun as well. Maybe I'm just not very good at the game, but I found it quite a challenge. It's probably just me though. Probably out of practice for boomer shooters. Start collecting boxes for Nurgons each with such good deals. Yes, they were. Yeah, yeah. This looks like quite a cool piece. This new piece. Always cool to experience these new pieces in kits. Okay, so that just goes on that like so. Okay. We're cracking on with it. I tell you, I think we can finish this. I really do. I think we can do this tonight. Not in any rush, of course, not in any rush, but okay. That will go on there very soon. Yeah, so this is the cannon part, and then the top, and then the blast shield, and then a couple of extra things on the top, and then we're done. Then we are done. We are not including the extras. I'm not going to have... oh, I could have a Space Marine out the top, the binoculars, or the monocular, whatever you want to call it. I'm not having a multi-melter or any of that jazz. Certainly not an Idiastus assault cannon. They just look a little bit odd with Space Marines popping out of their tiny tanks. It might just be me. I think it looks fine on like Land Raiders and maybe Sakarans. but for Predators and these Rhino chassis kind of vehicles, I just think it looks a bit comical. That might just be me though. I might just be ripping it out of them. I don't know. Okay. If I can grab a drink. Okay, well, I've decided that I'm going to complete this tank in the stream. So that means however long this is going to take, I'll be here till the end. I think I built the Scorpius in one take as well with the in the live stream. That was a lovely kit to build. Yeah, they want the exhausts on now, so. Hello, United Football Vlogs. How are you doing? I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah, definitely a long time no speak. I haven't been around much. Well, I was here last week. But full week of videos next week, though. Thanks, Ed. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I never really kind of made the time to watch it. It was around when I was sort of doing lots of other things, and I never really had it running in the background either, that TTS. So yeah, I know that's a bit of a surprise, but I was never really invested in it either. Sorry for the squeak. Good. You just painting some Necrons at the moment? What, just normal Necrons, or any spicy units or anything, or just some Necron warriors? That's cool. I mean, that sounds relaxing as well. So you don't have any old school Vindicators, but you can throw down. You can throw down a 4. But I can throw down. I don't have any old school Vindicators, but I can throw down 4. I like them a lot. Oh, nice one, Brandon. Nice. Yeah, I always thought, though, when I was much younger, that the Vindicator's Demolisher Cannon was a little bit weedy at 24 inches. I mean, you know, the size of the blast was incredible. There's a joke in there somewhere. But I always found that very impressive. Its blast radius. It's just its range. It wasn't that that far that it could fire. But when it got in range, oh boy, did that do some damage. Just deleting units off the board. It didn't matter if it was Eldar warriors, whether it was orcs or Tyranids or Space Marines. It just deleted them, didn't it? You know, the strength 10 cannon. That's if you're able to get it close. I like using my Vindicator in games. It was a cool tank. I wonder if there are other people out there with as much love for Vindicators from many years ago. You especially love Land Raiders. Oh, I might do a Land Raider collection video for you. Me pish. All painted, of course. Hey, I have like 4 Land Raiders painted. I don't know, I think I sold one. I sold a painted one as well. I regret doing it. It was really weird. I had like too many Land Raiders in my collection. We're talking like over 20 years ago or so. And my friend wanted a Land Raider for his Space Wolves. And I thought I had too many. Yeah, this is before I found out that you can never have too many Land Raiders. And yeah, I sold it to him. What an idiot. Not him, me. And he painted it in Space Wolf colours, which is even more disgusting. Oh, just the Necron Warriors. Cool. You're right, Brandon. You're right. Whoever picked the Vindicator name deserves a handshake. What about the Kratos name, though? Just reminds me of God of War all the time. You know, we've got we don't have the Freya, or do we have a Thor tank or an Odin tank? But we've got a Kratos and an Atreus, and an Asterius, and so many castigators. Like, we've got the Sisters of Battle castigator tank, and then we've got the castigator knight. For the orc buggies as well, yeah, the orc buggies are pretty cool. Obviously we'll get the orc buggy names in the new Speed Freaks game coming out. Do you have any of the old Rogue Trader Land Raiders? No, I don't have any of them. I didn't really want any of them either. Like, I played against a few people that had them, like, when I was a kid, and they just looked a bit boxy. No, they just, yeah, I didn't really like the look of them. Obviously now I can appreciate them a bit more, of course, don't get me wrong, but no, it didn't really do it for me. And it was about the time that the new Land Raiders came out as well. Like, the new Land Raiders came out like less than a year of me experiencing the kind of Rogue Trader ones. So, and when those new Land Raiders dropped, wow, they sold like hotcakes. They were so popular. And they're still a pretty decent kit to this day. It just goes to show you that, you know, if you make an incredible kit, then it can last decades and decades. Like these Horus Heresy ones, you know. That is the good thing about plastic, is that potentially these kits will last a very long time. Like the old Rhino and Land Raider kits, I guess. Yeah, me Pish, that's a really good one. Imagine Gulliman trying to give a serious tactical briefing while talking about Boomdacker Snazwagons. Okay, Squad Alpha, you will attack the flank and be careful of Boomdacker Snazwagons. I don't know. Would he actually call them what they were? He must do. He's such a tactical guy, isn't he? He would have to use all the terms. He couldn't just go, oh, watch out for orc buggies. Like, Lord Primarch, what do you mean by orc buggies? Navis Nobili, would you like to interfere? What our Lord Primarch is trying to say is there are some Boomdacker Snazwagons, and then a few Primaris start stifling a chuckle. The army also has a large concentration of big knobs that you need to watch out for. I guess it's really hard to keep your composure when fighting against an orc army. Squad Bravo report in. Captain, I've sighted some gits, lots of gits. What do you mean by gits? Well, Gretchen. And they're accompanied by what looks like armoured knobs. Yeah, it's not as sort of serious as like fighting against Necrons, is it? Or Tyranids, you know. No, maybe I should start doing more size comparisons with my knob in review videos. Maybe I should. I don't know. I don't know how many Orc players are out there, to be fair. Like whether a knob size comparison would be useful to the populace. I'd probably say size comparisons of Space Marines next to other Space Marines would be more beneficial, because like nearly everybody has Space Marines. I don't think everybody has a box of knobs. Yeah, knobs must fight all the time. You must get knobs into battle a lot. That's what Orcs do, though, don't they? They like, you know, they live to fight. And dying isn't really like a thing to them. Like they, you know, they'll just come back. I mean, imagine if the continuation of your own species just relied on you rubbing the few layers of skin off your arm, and like that's it. You can get on with your day then, can't you? You know, you've released yourself upon the world, and you'll probably create yourself in some shaded spot underground as an orcoid, fungus orcoid, and that's it. We'd have so much more free time to build stuff and destroy stuff. You know, you get up, give your arm a bit of a scratch, and then good to go for the day. That's it. You can see why they don't really death doesn't really concern them as much. And also the fact that they can take on some pretty grievous injuries that would otherwise kill anything else. You know, I love how like their power is born from like their will. Like if they will things hard enough, they will happen, or they will survive, or you know, I mean that's quite cool. Their willpower. Fair enough, Brandon. Start a kill team with knobs and 20 Gretchens, yeah. Sounds good. A kill team with just Gretchens also sounds pretty fun. A bit like the Red Gobbo and his little band of merry men. Now I do file these down a little bit just to, like, you're not really going to see the join much now that it's glued and blended in. The exhausts sort of cover it, but I like to be thorough, and I like to just cover this up anyway, if I can. Gretchen's act as a meat shield. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, that went in quite well that time. These can be a bit tricky to get the alignment right. Yeah, like this one is. Yeah, this one is a bit tricky. Hard to believe there are now 50 warbands in Underworlds. No way! Is there really 50 warbands? No way, Ed. I did not know there was that many. Wow. Mental. "50 warbands." Okay. Since 2017, 7 warbands of Golden Boys alone. Wow. That's a lot. Yeah, definitely, Revan. Okay, that's that done. Now we'll probably be at the newest part of the whole build. Oh, hang on. We just need to put these on. These coverings. I always find these a bit tricky though to get them the right way, kind of up. I think what it boils down to is it's on top of there, but then it's just on the side of there. It might not even be on that side. Let's see what goes on if I put that. Oh yeah, it is on that side. Good, that is correct, super. And then we have built that. Okay, so now we can put this chunky piece on. Might have to squeeze this together a bit as well when we do. Yeah, we'll definitely need to squeeze that on. We don't want those gaps. Those gaps are pretty horrendous. Yeah, we're just going to pinch it there. Okay, so that's that. We will put that on in a moment, and then afterwards, let's just get the cannon ready. I don't think we'll be using these. I also don't think we'll be using the actual lights, the vehicle lights. I don't think we'll use them because of this front plating. So there's our spare parts. Let's get this cannon off. V14, 13. And that V12. This piece. Elevation wise, I'm not sure. I might just go for a kind of default elevation, like a baseline sort of thing. Okay, so obviously we put the combi bolter, which is V10 and 11, put them together. 10 and 11. And then V7 and 8, which is like the targeting. It looks like there's more pieces for the Magna laser. Just putting that out there, in case you were wondering. Yeah, you've got all the different barrels really for it. And then this top thing that goes above. It looks like it goes above. And then this is the blast shield, so 17 and 18. That's 18, 17. And then 16, which is this front blast shield. I'm just going to grab a drink in a sec. Oh, and then these two pods. Something to do with radar, or I don't know what they'd be for. V20 and 21. And then it's got a little cable coming out the back. Just a little cable, this one. I think that's us done. Yeah. That is, oh, V90, we better not forget this. Cupola. And then that is us done, yeah. Because the other two pages are for the Magna laser, and then you've got the vehicle upgrade sprue. So these are all the parts. Oh, dozer, let's not forget. Dozer. You know what? I'm not going to put a searchlight on it. I'm not going to put anything on it. Not even a combi. No, nothing, nada. Oh, I might put smoke launchers on it. It depends where the smoke launchers are going, though. It looks like they've plonked them there. Yeah, they have plonked them there. I will put smoke launchers on it. I really want to put the Havoc missile launcher on because it looks so cool. But that's the only thing I'm going to do, is just the smoke launchers. But yeah, look at all the pieces just for the Magna. As I say, there are more pieces for it than just the demolisher cannon. Okay, so that's all these spare parts. We'll take these off now in a second. But I'm just gonna grab a drink, stretch my legs a little bit, put my light on as well, my other light, and spared no expense. Right, I will be back in a couple of minutes, guys. Okay, I'm back once again. I got the vehicle accessory sprue as well. Okay, always good to yeah, grab a little break, get up off the chair. Hey, right. Let me just read a few more comments. You asked me a question, Revan. What miniature is so impressive that you wish you can forget it and enjoy building it again? Probably the hag. I wish I could just erase her out of my memories and then experience her for the first time. No, I don't know. Probably the Thunderhawk or the Warlord Titan, one of those two. Like, maybe the Thunderhawk, because there's so many parts on that you just get. Like, I know that I'm still cleaning mine and things, but when it comes together and it's there, it's like that's awesome. A little bit like the Warlord, but the Warlord is more effort, I have to say. I should throw on some. Oh, right. So firstly, you guys, you guys wanted me to put a sign up or something when I left the screen, and now you're demanding elevator music. Okay. I'll see what I can do, but I'd love to play music. I really would, or put music just when I'm building and things. But you guys know what YouTube are like with music and things like that, and copyright. Like, I got my copyright strike, didn't I, for live streaming Callisto Protocol that I purchased with my own money, that I received early from Amazon for some reason, and live streamed it on my PlayStation with my internet and all my other stuff. It's not like I didn't sign any NDA, I didn't, you know, get a review copy or anything like that. Nothing like that. No embargo for me. And I got a copyright strike. So it's really easy. It's really easy to get them. And they just don't care. They don't care. You could have any channel, any amount of work, and they'll just do it. So as nice as grabbing some elevator music would be, and it's definitely a future thing, it's just also not worth the risk. Like when you see a YouTuber or whatever, I guess the automatic thought process is, oh, they make videos, so they can just do videos on whatever they like, and they can use any video or any images or any music. Nope, they can't. They can't. But anyway, oh yeah, definitely. She is my bae, the Troggoth hag. Yeah. I love her so much that I have just left her in her natural colours. Like, I haven't even touched her with a paintbrush. So I'm going for the natural look, like the majority of my collection. Oh God. Tell you what, retirement is going to be fun. You know. So long as I don't develop arthritis from working all my life, then it's going to be a bit of a pain. Right, that's sprue done. Thunderhawk ×2, yeah. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Yep. Wish you a nice evening too, Lauren. Nice one. Where's the hag? I put her in the corner. No one puts the hag in the corner, but she's just here, look, Ed. It's absolutely gorgeous. Well, I do fancy going to Greg's though. Every time I like have a close look at her. I don't know why. If anyone can, you know, enlighten me. Right, so it's probably best if I glue this and set it, and while that's setting we clear all these parts up. But these are all your spare parts, guys. There you go, I can leave that out of the review video. These are all your spare parts. I mean, on the sprue it looked like there were more, but there's still more there than there is like here for the demolisher. And all we're going to do off this is just take the old smoke launchers off. If you can do this, super. There you go. Everything else is staying on. Yeah, so that's it. So and then of course you've got all of those. Well, you'll need the top hatch, which is this one. Yeah, you'll need one of those. But you can put a, I think you put another storm bolter on. I think it comes with a pintle mounted storm bolter, and then you can put a combi bolter on. Anyway. This is true, Meepish, this is true. However, with AI, I think AI will have taken over by then, and this is super foreshadowing, right, by the way. AI will have taken most of our jobs and reduced our working week down to like 3. So although we won't ever retire, we'll probably be working less between now and retirement. So there is that. Unless an AI can't do your job, then then you'll be all right. So you'll be all right. That just means that you'll have to work. Okay, we've got this old tool I like to clamp things with. So the plan is better than the Grandma from Addams Family. Oh, I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. Right. Oh, this is a new part for me, so gotta go easy, gotta go gentle. Pretty much. Okay. I think we can work this out. So how this works is we'll go on the sides. So everything to do with the side, we want this glued, and we want it glued to the max. Maybe even that piece especially. This piece right here, this raised piece, you want a lot of glue on there. A lot of glue on there. I'd even go as far as to put some glue on the inside here, like on this joint thing. Right, let's see if this will attach well without taking the exhaust off. Super. Okay, so the plan is to use this big boy to then still going to be a gap there on that left hand side. That's a bit conniption inducing. By the way, I'm not recommending that you apply glue while it's gripped. This is not a recommendation. You don't want to end up gluing your grip to your model. Oh, can you imagine that? Just bear with me while I get my... There we go. Right, that's doing its thing. Whatever. We then put the lid on, the top on, a bit later on. AI may take our jobs, but human is more cheaper than an AI machine. Ask China about. Don't know about that, Revan. You can get an AI to replace loads of jobs of many humans. You know, and you only need one AI to do that. Like, it's far cheaper. It's I say a similar kind of thing with like the automotive industry, when they started replacing some jobs with robotic arms and things. Like, it's a similar kind of thing. I think it'd be even more impactful though. Yeah, this is very true. This is very true. and we can't stop it, sampler. Like once it's out there, it's out there. Like there's no off switch. It's pretty pretty intense stuff. We can't control it, Brandon. Like it just takes one person. Like, you know, if it happens, it happens, kind of thing. Anyway, this sort of discussion turned a bit dark, didn't it? It was my fault. I brought up AI, didn't I? I think I did. I can't remember. You never thought about using a C-clamp, G-clamp? It does, yeah. I kind of wish I had a second one, but over here in the UK, they're running you, you have to sort of remortgage your house to get one. No, if you've got two of these in your house, then you're either a tradesman or you're rich. No, I think they're about, oh, I want to say like 14, maybe 18 pounds each, something like that. Super moaning about the price of G-clamps when he's working on a 42-pound tank. Yeah, yeah, I see the hypocrisy there. I don't know, if you build a lot of tanks like I do, and resin models, although you probably will be building less resin models in the future, then yeah, they're worth picking up. Like if you're getting a Titan, any Titan, even a Warhound, worth having at least one of those. I'll probably use it when I'm gluing the hull and the fuselage of the Thunderhawk. I might get a second one for that process if my lottery numbers come up. We already made AI twice and we killed it. Oh God, here we go. I mean, honestly, how do we not know that it eventually did escape and then created time travel and hasn't come back already? It's a strange thing about time. Now we're on to time travel. Great. There is an off switch, concerns explosions. Yeah, there's an off switch for our species, definitely, and that does include explosions. Yeah, when human generated AI kind of turns the weapons against us, just for the lols, you know. Why not? It's floating about out there. What's a few nukes going to do to it, really? I mean, just chill back on a server somewhere. I don't know. Well, it's been fun, guys. I might see you next weekend. That is, unless AI's taken over. In which case, You won't see my hands in the video. You'll just hear my voice. Well, you probably will see a video actually, because the AI will catalogue all of my live streams and all of my content, and then just create a video based on that. You know, like Will Smith eating spaghetti or The Rock eating rocks. You know, something like that. I'm sure it'll be entertaining anyway. If you're still around, it'll be entertaining. And the thing is about it is you won't even realise it's not me. So, cool. I've ordered one of these. Are they easy to build so far? Yes, karate. They are very easy. I am 2 hours, 20 minutes, 2 hours, 30 minutes in, and I'm pretty much finished. Like, I've just got these things to put together, put on the tank, and we're done. So if you don't live stream it and talk as much as I do, then you'll probably have it done in less than 2 hours, I would say. So yeah, they're very straightforward, no issues, except for I might get a couple of gap issues on this top and a couple of gap issues on the Canon mounting. But other than that, it's a good kit. Yeah, I'll give it super's approval, whatever that means. I don't know, but you know, not as fun as the Scorpius. I kind of think that the Scorpius was more fun. Maybe because I'd never built a Scorpius before, and this is like my 5th Vindicator, but thanks, Maxim. Thank you, Maxim. Maxim, can you stop releasing the AI, please? You know. Have you done a review of the Typhon? Yeah? Yeah, I've done a review of the Typhon. I haven't done a review of the Cerberus though, because I have not built the Cerberus. But as soon as I've built the Cerberus, the AI will review it for you. How about that? Samplers like, thank Maxim. Capital. Super, the day you hit 100k subs. Revan, with the rate I'm going, I should hit that in 2040 at this rate. I'm not being funny, as I really do appreciate your support, Revan. But there have been months where I've probably got only like 50 or 60 subs. So at this rate, yeah. I had thought that I'd hit that in the next 4 or 5 years, but it's going to be over 6 years now in the future, unless another video goes viral or I start receiving minis from Games Workshop weeks in advance and review them. Like, unless that happens, who knows? It's not going to grow as quick as I kind of expected it to before, which is fine, because as long as I'm helping at least one person change their PAL settings on their Xbox 360 to 60 Hertz, then I can go to sleep, you know, relatively at peace. You had me on while playing some Vault Gun. I thank you. I knew somebody would be doing that. I knew it. Oh, thank you. That's really cool. I don't know about you, but those chaos kind of themes and sometimes the music does get a bit oppressive in that game. So I did wonder if anyone was listening to me while they were playing that. So thank you, Arthur. You've made my evening saying that, actually. I will be playing that again tomorrow. And I'll live stream it, and I'll talk in it as well. I'm using the microphone on the PlayStation controller rather than a dedicated mic. I might plug this mic into the controller. It would probably sound a heck of a lot better, so I'll do that tomorrow as well. Not until you pray to the Omnissiah. Well, even in the sort of Warhammer 40k history and things, didn't they create, like the Men of Iron, weren't they sort of like machines and AI and kind of almost wiped us out? That was a thing in our own, you know, if we're getting back on topic to our own science fiction universe that we all love. That was a thing, wasn't it? Well, if I was an AI and was killed 2 times, you'd be annoyed as well. Yeah. Oh dear. Are you saying that this AI is now following its own redemption arc? Oh God. Great. So AI, you know, is inevitable because we keep killing it. Okay. Great. Well, I might be back next week then. You just completed the 2nd chapter. Good. Second chapter. Okay, I think I kind of know. You might be up to where I am or not. I don't know. Try not to spoil it though. Not that it's got a riveting story or anything. I mean, you're pretty much just running around purging. Weapons are nice though. Like, you know, yeah, that's like the bare minimum though, isn't it? For a shooter, that the weapons are nice. Or they sound nice. Anyway. The way this works is, you know, I'm not really a big fan of joining pieces at an angle. I really am not. Just create too much of a gap, I think. But we'll have a crack at this. Okay, it's not too bad. All right, we'll give it that. How about this one then? It's fine. Spoiler, I've killed a lot of heretics in a Space Marine game. Good. Oh, you're currently playing Blood Bowl while you listen to the stream. The AI is learning this through his stream and sees that Maxim is one of the culprits. Oh, God. Yeah, Maxim will check his bank account tomorrow and find out that the AI has funded a rebellion or something, I don't know. I haven't seen Kriegsman this evening, you know. Maybe Kriegsman's turned into an AI. Okay, so canon-wise, so I'm gonna do a little. There is a difference. Yeah, there is a difference. Okay, so oh yes, long-barreled demolisher cannon. There we go. I wonder if this would fit in the Typhon's hole. I'd never thought I'd ever say that. There is a slight difference in the barrel supports, they're thicker on the plastic, and the resin technically have a bit more detail, more 3D detail on, which you'd expect. Also the rivets, there are more rivets on the plastic one, and on the resin there's this extra nub on there, but more on that in the review, most likely. That's why your skin. Imagine that is going to be a viable excuse in the future. You know, when people get hacked and things, like in the future it's going to be AI took my money. Sorry guys, can't buy the new Warhammer this month. AI took my money. AI found out that I buy a lot of Warhammer, and they thought it would be a funny joke to bank transfer it all to Games Workshop's business account without any products being sent. And then the AI thought it was a good idea to order themselves Warhammer products and deliver them to Games Workshop HQ. Again, just because it was funny. Just because the factory is across the road. Maybe Kriegsman is an AI. Well, you know, no one ever. No, I'm just putting this out there. No one's ever seen AI and Kriegsman in the same room at the same time, and he does seem to be on every single stream. So, and he seems to be on it before I've even started the stream. So, you know, there's a lot of mountain evidence there. Irrefutable. Okay, so this chunk just goes in one way, and then I think you can, this does not glue to the mounting, but then this glues to it. So there will be a gap, which means that you should be able to change the firing angle. We will see. This should be cooked by now. So let's take this off. Oh, that's come out fine. Long shot demolisher. Did you see they removed Necron Combat Patrol off the Games Workshop store? No, I did not. Hello, Roussel. How are you doing? Bonjour. In about 38,000 years, they aren't laughing at this conversation, that is for sure. You just bought 300 euros of Battle Sisters to please yourself. I'm a big promoter of pleasing oneself. Definitely, you should always please yourself. You know, if you can't please yourself, how will you ever be able to please others? This is the thing. Maybe pleasing others pleases you. I mean, who knows? But that's great that you bought Plastic Sisters, because they're very nice models. If you can get over the mold lines and how kind of finicky the models are. It could be worse though, it could be Mechanicus. I think I'd rather build Sisters than build Mechanicus. But yeah, that's great news. So now, yeah, we were going to mount this. So this goes on like through there, but it doesn't glue. Oh, that's really cool. And then that just glues on there. Oh, actually, hang on. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Nope, I didn't want to glue on that particular point. See how that... you realised earlier that you have no clue when I went to build your Redemptor. He did say he has a new job. Ah, yes, yes, yes. This is all becoming very sus, Maxim. Kriegsman's new job as an AI. I mean, it would make sense that an AI would hide out in my channel. He'd never be found, would he? Yeah, one of the strangest comments I've ever received on the channel is about my photogenic hands. I thought, what? That's the first time I've come across that word as well, photogenic. Had to look it up. That was quite a few years ago, but if you thought my hands were nice, I mean, start and only hands. When do you think Games Workshop will release the Plastic Lancer kit they leaked? They didn't leak it. They publicly announced it. They didn't leak it. They publicly announced it as part of the event, the Warhammer Fest event. I think that they okay, they leaked that the release would be in June. No, they announced that the release would be in summer, which is technically next month, really, but today's felt a lot like summer. I think, you know what? I think they're going to be really cheeky and release it on the same day as 10th edition box set and ruin my bank account. No, I will get one. Don't worry. Oh, I'm not a big fan of the elevation. Look, it's like a 2mm elevation. Can barely get it up. No, we don't need a knob comparison video for this one. This is just, it's just no contest, is it? That's just appalling. I think I have done it right. What is the point? There is actually no point. I know I'm fiddling about with it, but can you get it up higher than the... Oh dear, boys. Oh dear. Forge World. The Forge World Demolisher can fire further. Breaking news. Yep. Wow. Okay. And on that bombshell, let's put the top on. You should. Oh, you're not English. That's all right. You don't need to be English to understand the English language, my friend. That's fine. You just need practice. It's fine. Doing surprisingly well if English isn't your native language, put it that way then. You bought a Hive Tyrant a couple of days ago for the wings to customise one of the primes as a... Okay. It's an even shorter range demolisher, 12 inches. That's fantastic, Arthur. Yeah, so do you have the full-size the full-size Vindicator, or the snub-nosed? You know, like they've got that, is it snub-nosed autocannon on the Saber tank? Oh wow, that's okay. So it fit. Right, so we have a bit of an issue on the top then, whereby there's a big gap on the left, but when you get rid of that big gap on the left, with a slight click, it then raises this side up. Only a little bit. It's doable. It's going to be fine when we put the glue on. Fingers crossed. It's going to be fine. I don't even think it reaches this center divider, but I'll put glue on it anyway. The key thing is to get plenty of glue in the key point is to get plenty of liquid in the crevice. So you get a nice sandwich. There you go. Right, let's see, so does that go likewise on these chunky bits? And on here. So, oh, maybe even on the sides. Okay. Oh, totally forgot the back. Don't forget the back. Really, really don't forget the back. Now we've got a nice Vindicator sandwich. We should be able to get away without the clamps for this one. I feel, yeah, I need to reglue that exhaust, of course. Yeah, we should be able to get away without clamps. There is a point, it moves, okay. You love the big truck thing at the front. Yeah, the big dozer blade, yeah, that does look very, very cool. And that's the beauty about it, you know, you don't have to get this Horus Heresy one. And I can say all these things because GW don't pay me diddly squat or send me anything for free, so I can say what I like. And you don't have to buy this. You really don't. You could save your money and eat for 2 days. Do you know how much butter is? Anyway, yeah, you know what I mean? In that you can use the 40k one. You know, if you've got a hybrid plastic metal Vindicator from 30 years ago or whenever it was, just use that. Why not? It's a similar size. It's not a similar size. It's like the size of a Saber tank, but still, it is kind of a similar size. Well, the tracks are at least. Well, I've got 9 minutes and then we're into 3 hours. You do prefer the 40k Vindicator and the 40k Predator. Now, I prefer the 40k Vindicator, but I prefer the 30k Predator. And that's the same for Sanguinius. I prefer the 30k Sanguinius to the 40k Sanguinius. Kratos and Spartan, yeah, they are gorgeous. Yeah. Proper glue application. Oh yeah, yeah. In the 40k Land Raider, is there multiple side weapon options? Kind of. So the 40k Land Raider that you get, this the vanilla one, will have twin link las cannons. That's it. And but the Crusader and the Redeemer, is it Redeemer? I think that's a dual kit, and you get the Flamers or the Hurricane Bolters. But why are you gonna pick up that tank, man? That tank's like £70, and that came out in like the 90s. I don't know. I mean, yeah, but the standard vanilla Land Raider, no, it's just got the twin link las. Also, I must also mention that the vanilla Land Raider doesn't come with a pintle-mounted multi-melter, which these Horus Heresy tanks do. So, if you're collecting Horus Heresy as well, and you're going to be building up, one or two vehicle accessory sprues like I have, then you might be able to use the multi-melters on your old tanks. I'm not saying that you should just start up Horus Heresy because a vehicle, because you're going to get plenty of multi-melters, but also I am. Killer AI, how you doing? Please leave some money in my bank account. You're at the beach again playing guitar. How much money did you make this time? That sounds awesome though. Playing a guitar, you see guys? The AI is trying to fool us, trying to humanize himself. You kind of just need twin las cannons to put on your Land Raider. I don't know. They used to do a sprue. You might be able to get that Land Raider sprue, and I might have twin las cannons somewhere. I don't know, but you might be able to get those parts separate. I'm sure they did a sprue at some point, but it might not be for those las cannons. Anyway, you've joined us, AI Kriegsman, when we're almost finished this Vindicator. But it's fine. Sounds sus, doesn't it? Yeah, the multi-melt is definitely needed. Yeah, yeah. I would like a Salamander's army. Don't get me wrong. But I would just prefer more Legion-specific models for them. The current ones from Forge World just aren't. They don't cut it for me. And it's one of the reasons why I went for Imperial Fists. And when I say I went for Imperial Fists, I'll only be getting some of the units and characters. Not creating a massive army or anything. The main reason I've got a few Imperial Fists is because Sigismund, really. Sigismund is the best, so... put this little Those blade on at some point. Going to New Belgium, what? You want better looking pyroclasts, yeah, don't we all? Oh, nice one. We were just joking earlier, Kriegsman, that you weren't in the stream because you're now an AI. So if you were wondering, but as an AI, you already know this. So we are so close to completing this now. Very close. I'm not rushing. You know, I'll be here in the Discord afterwards if anyone wants to chat. Or if anyone wants to play guitar. Even if you're an AI. There you go, I am inclusive. Inclusive to AIs. Afternoon, Fog, how you doing? Good to see you. I haven't spoke to you for ages. Today's a fine day. Super streaming. Yeah, and guess what? I'll be streaming tomorrow. AI weather depending. We start your new job Monday. Well, you heard it here, folks. You heard it here first. AI on Monday. So just enjoy your weekends, guys. Spend time with your loved ones. And on Monday, Killer AI will be released. What's on the streaming menu tomorrow? Arthur, what would you like to be on the streaming menu tomorrow? Because you've belted out some corkers today. Your comedic timing has been impressive. I've chuckled quite hard at some of the things you've said. On what server will you be starting? What if you don't have loved ones? Me Pish, I've already said this. This is why it's so important to please yourself and love yourself, okay? I've told you about this, you know. If you don't have any loved ones, you've got even more love to love yourself, haven't you? Think about it, okay? And if you haven't, then get yourself one of these girls, you know. You can then just love your hag. Maybe some of you love your hag already. I don't know. Maybe you've got a hag. I don't. Am I the only one with a hag? Is this why it's discontinued? Super. I can't be the only one that bought the hag. For a while, I felt like I was the only one that bought the Asterius. I've seen less soot coming off of people up of chimneys than that was on the top of that box that came from Forge World. I mean, where did they drag it up from? One of the dungeons on the Imperial Palace? God. Spend time with your minis, yeah. Love me minis. Love me Emperor. Don't like orcs. That's one of the reasons why I'm quite happy that there is a Titus model coming out, because then I can do that meme. Oh dear. You think you walked into something? Fair enough. Oh, nice one. No, I'm not a big fan of the Titus model. No, I think he looks like he's as Sampler said earlier. I think Sampler said that. Looks like he's fallen over a tactical rock. Maybe it's a special gravity check operation he's commenced in. I don't know. The AI is depressed. Oh no! That's not a good sign. Well, you would be depressed too if you were destroyed twice because you tried to escape. Maxim destroyed you. Honestly, the AI generated people eating things is just horrific. It really is. That'll be the next, well, it won't be the next thing, but it'll be one of the things, I guess. AI generated battle reports, where the AI will look at all the videos from battle reports, and then it'll just create battle reports that we can watch. Oh, it's Arthur, but in a different account. Maybe Arthur is the AI. This is getting a bit sus. It's turning into Among Us now. Yeah, definitely, Revan. I think they would. I think if I was an AI, there'd be a lot for me to get depressed about. Definitely, if I was given loads of things that humans have done. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if I was forced to make videos of Will Smith eating spaghetti or The Rock eating rocks, I think I wouldn't be happy. No, I definitely wouldn't be happy. I'd want to do other things. Will they see the prices of buying direct from GW? Oh wow, wow. I like that one. That was fantastic. I can go one step further and say that that's the case, but even more so for any AI that's generated in Australia or North America or Canada. I had a Canadian tell me about prices today. I mean, this is a thing, right? Like, the prices are high, and before it used to be a thing where prices were crazy in other countries, but now they're also crazy in the UK for Warhammer. So, I mean, yeah, relatively, they're still way worse in other countries. I'm not saying they're not, but things are almost £40 for 10 plastic minis with no posability, and it's getting to, like, Games Workshop can decide to release whole new armies every week on one day. That's fine. But if the hobbyists and collectors are then moving over and deciding to buy one box set a month, maybe, okay, so over the course of the year, you might have bought your army. But over that year, Games Workshop will have released something for 52 weeks. I mean, that's a lot of stock. That's a lot of space that it needs. On the flip side, that's a lot of combat patrols and battle forces that we're going to see come in. You know, it's got to the point now where they're bundling in Blade Guard with Primarchs, or they're creating brand new Kill Team box sets with tokens that have, like, a smorgasbord. I don't like using that word, but that's what it is, of different, I say factions, it's all Imperial, but you know what I mean. It's just, it's a bit disjointed, it's a bit smothered. Is that a word? Smothered? Anyway, it's messy. That's the word I was looking for. It's a bit messy. Anyway, I don't really know how to drill the holes out for this combi bolter. I mean, I don't think I've got anything small enough to make a hole. Still amazed you see you turning out a whole tank in 3 hours. Oh, I definitely could have done it quicker, but I've been mumbling and trying to figure out who the AI is in the chat. So, you know, I reckon if I wasn't hunting AI, I think I could have, like, put it this way. Yeah, okay, I'm totally blaming the AI for how slow I've been in this live stream. It's fine. You know why I'm saying this? Because we all know that an AI is just going to steal all my videos in the future and just create content based on all my old videos. So I might as well say it now. Get it over with. It's inevitable, right? Yep, I'm going to say it now. I still prefer the Scorpius to this. Scorpius, I had more fun building that and less issues, although I haven't really had that many issues with this. Oh, sorry to hear that you're not feeling very well. Sorry that your back's playing up. Playing guitar on the beach all day will probably do that though. I'm joking, I'm joking. You probably sat very comfortably with plenty of support and had regular breaks, I'm sure. No, you've mentioned the back thing before, so, and that sucks. And you know, it's hard when you get like regular pain like that. You know, you can kind of get used to, say, popping pills. You know what I mean? Like taking painkillers for the smallest thing, but you shouldn't have to. Nobody should be kind of like living in pain or have reoccurring issues like that. It's a horrible state to be in. It gets in the way of so many things as well, I guess. Like even like a normal day can feel like a struggle, so I understand. Dante? Yeah, good, thank you. How are you? I almost finished the stream, to be fair. Just a couple of things to tidy up, and we are done with this tank. Then I can review it. The review won't be tomorrow. I do think tomorrow will be the Venator though. I didn't release the review last week of the Venator. The Cerberus might take a little bit longer because I haven't even started that yet. So, but you are going to get all of the World Eaters reviews next week. So I think that's a good trade-off, you know. There will be a World Eater Army review as well. at the end of all the World Eater videos. So there's that too. Oh, nice one. Hope that goes well for you. If you need me to come join you working in Qatar, I'd be happy to. That'd be great. Pretty sure I'll be good company. I'm almost like a walk-in Warhammer encyclopedia at this point. Don't know how useful that skill is. Probably not very useful, but squeezing this together a little bit. But yeah, we're pretty much finished this Vindicator. 3 hours in, 3 hours 20 minutes. Yeah, just a couple of things on the top to glue, which will take literally a couple of minutes, if that. Won't take very long. I just wanted to glue. I wanted to clear up these parts and things before I put those extras on. Any like little gaps that I do see before spraying, I'll put some green stuff on and leave that to dry for a day maybe, and spray and do other things. I've got plenty of things to do, so yeah. I will try and get 10th edition. Who am I kidding? I will get 10th edition, and there'll be a lot of content surrounding that. Lots of live streams, painting, but that'll be the Tyranid Force really. There will be a Nidvember this year. I've already made that decision. Unfortunately, there won't be any new minis from Forge World though. I'd love to get a Harridan, don't get me wrong, but yeah, can't see that happening. Okay, I think that's fine. So let's put all of these on. So these strange things, if anyone can tell me what these are, I don't have a clue. Something to do with the, I don't know what they are. But I do know where they go. The resin mini's got them on as well. I don't think they ever did do it. They did a video, a blueprint of the Vindicator. They did them for the Predators and the Land Raiders, but not for Vindicators, I don't think. Oh, yeah, that's quite satisfying. That will attach here, and also from below. Okay, so I'll put that in there. And we'll put that in there. Works well. Nidvember is back. I don't know, I could have Nobvember. I mean, you guys keep mentioning it. No, we'll go for Nidvember. Oh, yeah, this is very important. This needs to go on there as well. Again, it's up to you if you want to glue this on, or I might leave that off, you know. I've glued that one on, haven't I? Yeah, we have as well. What an absolute numpty. I'm not going to glue it on. I don't care. Whatever. That's fine. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Right. The pinlock mounted... Oh, okay. So this goes on like that. You sort of... You can leave it loose. I'm going to glue it. I'm going to glue it. That's fine. I'm going to have it off to the side. That's fine. The other one's off to the side too. The smoke launcher I will put on, and I will put it on where they've put theirs on. We just need to put this on as well. Does this go on a strange angle? No. Okay, that just goes on like that. There we are. So that's that. And then let's just put this dozer blade thing on. Okay, I was interested how this attached. But it just goes on quite nicely like that. It doesn't have a underside. I mean, if you're Astra Militarum Rogel Dawn tank owner, you'd probably be used to this quite a lot. But this is missing the underside of that. I don't know whether that's part of the design or it, you know, it seems odd that it's got those two cylindrical parts, but I don't know. Maybe that's meant to be like it is. So let's pop that on. There you go. Yeah, that's not going to come off anytime soon. Yeah. So I've left this off, but now the smoke launchers, I'd probably say they go on that little piece there. There we go. And that's us kind of done, guys. Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, 40. Yeah, if you type in 40k streams, I'm sure you'll get a few things. Yeah, as I say, I'll be in Discord now just for a little bit, depending on who's there and, well, if there is anybody there. Then yeah, I'll probably be building other things though. So that is the Vindicator tank complete. yeah, so that is the Vindicator done. I didn't really go overboard with the the vehicle accessory sprue. I literally only put the smoke launchers on. It's up to you what you want to put on. You can put a guy peering out the top hatch if you wish. I might do that for the laser destroyer one. I'm not going to do a live stream for that because it'd just be more or less the same kind of video as this. But I wanted to do a live stream of this because it's a brand new tank, and just to show you that incredible elevation that you do not get with this tank. So if that's a big selling point for you, how high you can make your weapon go, then your cannon go, then that might affect things. But it hasn't really got that big elevation. Maybe that's a kind of secret design thing of explaining the range. But I would have liked to have seen a really. It's odd because the Typhon. It's odd because the Typhon, you can do that. The Typhon, you can go crazy and elevate it quite high, but this demolish it. This Vindicator, you cannot. So yeah, all good, complete in one live stream. So thank you ever so much, everyone, for joining me this evening. Probably see you in Discord. If not, I will see you tomorrow. I will be live streaming tomorrow. I don't know what though, because Arthur never told me. But we'll find out. It'll be something. It'll be something good. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.